Ladies and gentlemen, hello hockey lovers and viewers. This is the Africa Cup for Club Champions, live from the Madame Theodosia Oko Hockey Stadium. Hello viewers, hello hockey lovers and fans. This is the Africa Cup for Club Champions, live from the Theodosia Oko Hockey Stadium. It is ACCC Accra, Ghana 2018. And the match on your screen now is between Egyptian Giants Eastern Company Club and Niger Flickers, the Nigerian Super Hockey League champions. This is the 29th edition of the ACCC, and it's happening live here in Ghana. And there you see the lineup for Eastern Company. Abu Taleb Mahmoud, the 13-shirted, very good when it comes to the penalty corner. And also El Naga Ahmed, Ibrahim Abdallah, Abdelaziz Mohammed, Ibrahim Ahmed. These are danger men for Eastern Company Club of Egypt. They are the defending champions in this competition. Back to back, they've won this trophy. And there you see the lineup for Niger Flickers. Danlad Umar, the captain for the side. Linus Kelvin, 23-shirted. And also Maman Kolo, the 11-shirted. These are also the danger men for Niger Flickers. The umpire on your screen, Fifi Kwegri. And Tony Fernandez on the other line. There you see Tony Fernandez close to there. So ladies and gentlemen, this is match day 5. The fourth match for match day 5, and there goes the whistle. Niger Flickers in the blue and white striped shirts with the blue shorts, and Eastern Company spotted in the green jersey and white shorts. This is the last match for both teams in this round-robin stage. Currently, Eastern Company lies second with 7 points, and Niger Flickers are fifth with 4 points. My name is Weissman William Ayete, and I've been joined by Pakwesi Echampon. This live feed is brought to you by Group N2K Limited, Quest Free Sports, and also iSports 360 on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for all match updates, pre- and post-match analysis, pictures, reactions from coaches and players. You log on to www.isports360.com. Kelvin. Niger Flickers. Bernard Wilson's intended pass couldn't get to his target man, and Kelvin from the reverse angle brings the ball to Bernard, who intends to lift the ball into the D for Kelvin, but the ball goes high. Sends the ball into the area. Umpire Tony Fernandez. Sends a long drive into the D. Ball goes straight into the goalpost, but it's from outside the D, close to the center line. Flickers. Niger Flickers. Maraz gets into the D. Advantage, Eastern Company. You see from the reverse angle, Maraz, he went past El Naga, decided to run Abdelaziz, but conceding an infringement there. Abdelaziz working vigorously to get the ball out. And the man on the turf, 3 minutes inside this game. Back we see a champion.
Wiseman, this will be a very crucial game to both sides. And the battle for league slot is really at stake. Also, the Ghanaian teams here will be very interested in this very match. And a lot of calculations are going on behind the scenes. It will be a very interesting game, end-to-end action. Let's see what the whole period will have for us as it unfolds.
Eastern Company. Mahmoud El Naga goes past his marker, sends the ball into the D, and first penalty corner registered.
When you're playing against the opponents from Egypt, you don't give out penalty corner because it's one of their trademarks. They are very good at it. They have the men who can really justify and put the ball behind the goalpost, so you really don't give out. But unfortunately, they have caused themselves the first penalty corner. And they also have good, courageous defenders. But let's see how it will go between these very two, whether the good penalty takers can convert or the good defenders can really defend this one.
So it's El Naga Ahmed, 19 jetted for Eastern Company. Ejects, stops for the drag flick, decides to pass, ball still with Eastern Company, and goes for the tomahawk. But the ball flies away from the goalpost, and Ibrahim Ahmed shouting instructions to Abu Taleb Mahmoud. That was a poor penalty corner from a miscommunication, and the ball not getting to, and Abu Taleb's tomahawk couldn't find its way to the goalpost. Abdallah. John Michael intercepts Ibrahim. Ahmed. Islam. El Naga. And he goes down. Tony Fernandez, umpire, whistles. Eastern Company. Ball hits the foot. Abu Taleb Mahmoud. Behind the ball. Goes for the pass. Sends a long slap hit into the ball. Into the D. But the defense up to task. Now Kelvin with the ball. Try to go past Abdelaziz. But wins an infringement. Maraz to Shamsuddin. Bernard Wilson, but lifts the ball. And the umpire whistles in favor of Bernard Wilson. Skipper. Kelvin. And there you see from the reverse angle, Eastern Company, but they couldn't get the ball to the front line. And Ibrahim Abdallah on your screen now. Shamsuddin. Shamsuddin. With a slap it into the D, but goalkeeper steps out to intercept. And it's all Niger Flickers at this point. Eastern Company step into the game now. Islam. Stick work at its best. Islam hangs on to the ball. Abdelaziz to Islam. Mahmoud Al-Badri. Hassan Walid. Islam. Still with the ball, Islam. Fauda Islam. Being confronted by Endurance Ngozi and wins the ball. Shamsuddin to Ngozi. Walid. El Naga couldn't get to the end of that pass, and it's now advantage Flickers. Ngozi. Shamsuddin. Long one into the D, stopped right on top of the D. Brings the ball out of the area. Ibrahim Ahmed now decides to go for a pass. Infringement advantage, Eastern Company.
Weissman, so far you realize that the Eastern Company team, when they lose the ball, they tackle in twos and in threes. And they do that because the Niger Flickers love carrying the ball alone, and the more they crowd around him, they're able to dispossess them and take the ball from them. But one good thing that the Eastern Company team is also doing is they're really transferring the ball around the whole pitch. It goes to the right, back, and then comes to the left. They really keep in possession, and it's really good for them. So if they keep doing this, seeing a lot of the balls, they will really have a good knot into the D. But only that they've not been able to pass Maman and Co. to get into the D to try the goalkeepers. The goalkeepers have been on holiday so far. We wish they bring them to tax and let them also have a feel of the game.
El Naga. Bernard Wilson. Shamsuddin. With a slap it into the D. It was Victor Kish, the man in the 21 shirt.
Shamsuddin has come into the game and he's noted for that. He loves coming and surging crosses across, and he has done this about 4 times, and they always look treachery to the Eastern Company side. And if they don't cut the supply of Shamsuddin going into the D, Kesh and Wilson alongside the other strikers will really punish the goalkeepers there.
Victor Kish. Victor Kish losing possession, but wins a sideline advantage. Shamsuddin. Niger Flickers mounting pressure now, but Victor Kish couldn't get to the end of that ball, allowing the ball roll the back line. 11 minutes inside the first quarter. It is still the Africa Cup for Club Champions. Live from the Theodosia Oko Hockey Stadium in Accra, Ghana. The 29th edition. And the match is between defending champions in green, Eastern Company Club, and the Nigerian Super League hockey champions, Niger Flickers, in blue and white stripe. Eastern Company now. Eastern Company. Goes past 1, goes past 2, still hangs on to the ball. Brings the ball to the top. El Naga! Eastern Company Club.
You realize that the carrier of the ball really took the whole team of Niger Flickers up the guard. And there you see him As he was carrying the ball, they were all forced to follow him and gave a reverse pass, displacing everybody, opening up for Naga to really take his time and push one through the hole. Back past the goalkeeper, and the first goal has been registered to the credit of Eastern Company. It's a good play from them so far. If they keep holding the ball, keeping the possession, it will really be a good advantage, and they can really use it to punish their opponent.
El Naga Ahmed Hakim, they call him. Now Niger Flakers, still with Niger Flakers, goes for the tomahawk, but still in the D of Eastern Company, but finally gets out, still with Niger Flakers trying to outweigh his marker, but the umpire spots an infringement. Right after they go down, they come back so strongly, but they fail to make that goal count. Pakwesi.
They come back so strongly, but let's give a credit to the umpire. The ball hits a player's feet. He really waved the advantage, and then it nearly paid off really well for the attacking team. But the goalkeeper comes in to really save the situation with his helmet. That is Yakubu, and that was brave of Yakubu to use his head to save the situation for his side and still keep them on the lead.
So goalkeeper Shehata Farahat. Goalkeeper Shehata Farahat making that timely save. Niger Flakers. Eastern Company, Mahmoud Badri. Company now. Eastern Company. With a slap into the D, top of the D. Ibrahim Amel tries to go for the tomahawk. Hangs on to the ball. Sends a long hit into the area, but the ball deflecting the stake of Izang Marcos and rolls over the sideline. Sends a long ball, Maman Kolo. Pressure upon pressure, Mahmoud into the D. Ball. Bernard Wilson. Victor Kish. The power behind that pass, too much for Victor Kish. And goalkeeper Yakubu Abdullahi Aliyu. 14 minutes inside this game, he's already conceded a goal. Fauda flicks the ball. That was a pass to Taha. Amel decided to go for a wicked pass. Still hangs on to the ball. Eastern Company. Wins an infringement. 50 minutes done inside the first quarter. And it's Eastern Company Club of Egypt 1. The Flakers from Nigeria 0. Kish losing possession. Fauda. Walid. Back to Fowler. And the Eastern Company looks like they are in no haste to pass the ball. They get the ball, there is no space, they bring the ball back to restart.
Yes, Wiseman. They're doing that to perfection, and they're holding the possession. If they are not seeing the ball, then the opponents are also not having the opportunity. And that is really paying for them. The more they bring the ball from left to right, it helps them open up the defense of the Niger Flakers, and they see the holes and they use it wisely. You realize that up front, Ibrahim Ama always step forward to receive the ball on top of the D, and whenever he follows, it makes the defense lineup of Niger Flakers follow him, creating space around for the other strikers to poach through and get the vital goals for them.
So Amer Ibrahim, the 17th, shirted for Eastern Company, causing havoc for Niger Flakers, and there goes the end of the first quarter. 15 minutes played, and it's El Naga Ahmed's 13th minute strike that separates this side. It is Eastern Company Club, the defending champions, 1. Niger Flakers from Nigeria 0. Pakwesi.
It has been a good game, an end-to-end action. Each club doing their best and showing us their world trademarks. The Eastern Company would love to keep possession, love to swing balls around. Niger Flakers individual brilliance always carry the day for them. They carry the ball, they run on their own, try and set forward and look for the loophole for them to get a goal. But this time around, the Eastern Company have really stepped up their game, and the goal has come early for them, and they will try and prevent Kelvin and the likes of Wilson up front to getting a goal or cancelling out this goal. So it's good for Niger Flickers, and also it's good for Team Eastern Company. Even though Niger is down, they are still dominating and playing their game, which we have noted them for. Individual brilliance, carrying the ball and seeing what they can do to get their goal back.
Pakwesi, this is a team, Niger Flickers. They were able to hold Continental Club Masters El Shakia to a 1-all drawn game, and El Shakia beating Eastern Company by 4 goals to 2. Are we going to see Niger Flickers being able to hold Eastern Company, or you think it is all over for Niger Flickers? Because as it stands now, a win for them will not even see them through to the final. The best they can do is play in the 3rd and 4th. So do you think that has really demoralized them, or you expect them to put up such a spectacular performance?
I'm expecting Niger Flickers to put up a very good performance, because we have noted them during this tournament playing well, well motivated. They come from always the back and prove some surprises. They've done it. They've held the El Shakia team to a 1-1 goal line, and at the end of the day, it really paid off, taking a standing ovation even from the stands. They can do it, but only that the strategy that Eastern Company is mounting on them, holding the ball, is maybe frustrating them, and they need to rally around them and get the ball on time, and also see if they can pay it back.
So it is the second quarter. 15 minutes to be played in this quarter. 15 minutes gone in the first quarter. And if you are just joining us, this is the Africa Cup for Club Champions, Accra, Ghana 2018. Live from the Theodosia Oko Hockey Stadium. And the match on your screen is defending club champions, back-to-back Eastern Company Club of Egypt up against Niger Flickers. Sends a ball to the D, but ball to no one in particular. And Idris Ali Dakumi couldn't get to the end of that pass inside the D. Eastern Company. Fauda. El Badri. Flicks the ball to the area of the Flickers, and it's Ibrahim Amer. Ibrahim goes past his marker. Ibrahim Amer getting his first for the day, and Eastern Company's second for this match. It is Eastern Company that you see from the reverse angle.
Ahmed took his time, went round the players, and then chipped a cheeky one over the goalkeeper beautifully of doing best. Intercept the vital balls, else they will still have more goals coming onto their net.
The Flickers are finding so hard in this game. They played so well in their first match. They came back 3-2 down to beat Trustees of Ghana by 4 goals to 3. Then they held Continental Club Masters El Shakia to a 1-all drawn game. Then here they come. Flickers goes for the tomahawk. Decides to change his mind with a forehand, but Kelvin, Pakwesi Kelvin in the third match couldn't find his feet. And here again, this is unusual of Kelvin. Bernard Wilson decides to go for the tomahawk and change with a forehand pass to Kelvin, and he couldn't get onto that ball. Pakwesi.
Kelvin should come into the game because the team depends on him. The first match he exhibited a lot of skill and a lot of trust for the team and stood so tall and got himself some vital 3 goals. Now this third match, as you rightly said, and this very match, he has not been himself. He needs to come in. They are 2 goals down. With he coming on board, it's likely the team will start getting some consolations.
And Pakwesi, this Flickers team, as I said, they started the competition very well. They beat Trustees by 4 goals to 3. They held El Shakia to a 1-all drawn game. Then they lost to GRA of Ghana 4 goals to 3, and they were beaten in an unusual manner. They lost a game everybody here thought they should have won, but people in Nigeria will see them lose. That is, they lost their Nigerian derby to Police Machine. Do you think 2 consecutive losses is responsible for this abysmal performance as of now? Because this is not the Niger Flickers team we've seen from the start of the competition.
Niger Flickers, as you rightly said, each match after match were rather improving, but the last 2 they have really deteriorated. And this match that we are watching on our screens, we know they are medical and technical men have worked on their psyche, and I know they are well composed to come into this game and go for the vital 3 points. But as it stands, it looks like they are still somehow not fully out of the blow of the little defeat they received on day 2 and day 3, and it's really eating into that. So if they would really psych themselves, and like I said, we need my man Kolo, the man behind the ball, Endurance, Subsidine, Michael, Kelvin, they all need to come to the party, because Subsidine, even losing this ball, is uncharacteristic of him, and we need them to come on board to give us the Niger Flickers, which you love to say the Flickers are flicking, which today we don't know what has happened to their flicking.
Endurance, Kelvin hangs on to the ball. Kelvin goes past the second. Still with Niger Flickers. El Badri gets the ball and flicks the ball away from his area. And John Michael done so well in this game. Goes for the tomahawk and gets the ball away. The ball crossing the back line. Advantage to Eastern Company Club of Egypt. This is the 4th match for today. We ran you through the scores so far, and it was Telkom Kenya in a 1-all drawn game with Police Club of Ghana, and that sends Telkom Orange to the grand finale, and Police Club will play in the 3rd and 4th playoff. Kada Queens Nigeria also playing a goalless drawn game with GRA, so that means GRA will face Telkom Kenya in a repeat of the 2017 finale in Kenya. Is it going to be a revenge for GRA or a repeat for Telkom Kenya? And finally, Strathmore gets their first win of the competition, beating Yobe Desert Queens, who also broke their own record by scoring their first ever goal in this competition. Strathmore beating them by 3 goals to 2. And here the 4th game is Eastern Company Club of Nigeria up by 2 goals to nothing. This is brought to you by Group N2K Limited, Quest Free Sports, iSports 360 on Facebook, on Twitter and on Instagram. Or you log on to www.iSports360.com for match reactions, post pre-match analysis, interviews. And here they come, the Flickers, losing possession. And skipper Ibrahim Solima has been shown a green card. So Solima, 4-shirted, moves off the field of play for the next 2 minutes minimum. Eastern Company Club playing a man down, but they are 2 goals up. And Flickers take advantage of that. Now here they come. Dakumi, Ngozi, Shamsuddin to Dakumi. And Taha Mohammed is in trouble here. Taha Mohammed. And he has been shown another green card for Eastern Company, but the whistle has gone for the end of the 2nd quarter. 30 minutes into this game, it is Eastern Company Club 2, Niger Flickers 0. Goal scored by El Naga Ahmed in the 12th minute, and Amer Ibrahim in the 17th minute. Fagosi, your take on this game? 30 minutes gone. Eastern Company up.
Kudos to Eastern Company on the first half, taking the 2 goals that they needed vitally, and have been able to bury it. And the class of goals that they have buried, they were very beautiful goals scored by all standard. And Niger Flickers have also come into the game, but yet to make amends and get a goal. So far so good. The first half has been good. Empires have really managed well. So to me, we've enjoyed a good game, and we want to see the second section also continue as such.
So this is the end of the first half, the end of the second quarter. We'll be back with the third and final quarter. That's the third and fourth quarter. Till then, stay glued to your sets. Don't go anywhere. Welcome once again to the Theodosia Oko Hockey Stadium for the third quarter of the game between Eastern Company Club of Egypt and Niger Flickers from Nigeria. After the first 30 minutes, as Eastern Company Club, you see on your screen 2, Niger Flickers 0. Goals scored by El Naga Ahmed, 19 shattered for Eastern Company in the 12th minute, and 17 shattered Amer Ibrahim in the 17th minute. 17 shattered scoring in the 17th minute. This is the Africa Cup for Club Champions. And Joran sends a long ball straight into the goal post, getting a stick of a defender of Eastern Company, Maman Kolo. Maman sends the ball. And first penalty corner for Niger Flickers.
This is a good sign for Niger Flickers. Currently, Eastern Company are having 2 of their men serving a card, and they are really using the numbers that is shooting on the field of play to their advantage, and they've really gotten a penalty corner. We're hoping Kolo and his team would really reduce the deficit from this advantage they have.
So a penalty corner for Niger Flickers. They've managed only 2 goals from penalty corners. And it's scored by Victor Kish, the man who is currently not on the field of play. But let's see if Maman Kolo can get his name on the score sheet. Ejects, stops, goes past one, still with the ball, Kolo with a pass. And it's a long corner. Dion pass. We will get the action from the reverse, and here you see the ball. Okay, hitting the post there. So it's a long corner. Maman Kolo. Still with the ball. Maman Kolo with a hits the foot of Abu Taleb. Mamo! Niger Flickers. Obviously, it almost looks like luck wasn't on the side, because the penalty corner the first time, there you see the ball hitting the goalpost again, and the rebound. It was Shangwilu getting the goal from the rebound.
Weissman, I said Niger Flickers were doing a good job by seeing that the Eastern Company men were shooting because of the yellow cards and the green cards. They decided to take advantage, got a penalty corner. The ball hit the post, crossed the line by Kelvin, tried bringing the ball into play. But Empire, Tony was very good, stood at his grounds and then decided that it was a long corner. Then Maman Kolo, the man have been covered, saying that he comes into the game, comes and drive one home, hitting the upright and picked up, and finally a goal has been buried. That is a good sign. We have a game on, and viewers will now enjoy a different class of hockey altogether.
So game on. Sends a long one, stop by Kolo. Kolo wins the ball. Maman. Shwanwilu, the goal-getter. Endurance Ngozi. Mauzu. Hits the foot of Eastern Company's player. Endurance. Shwanwilu. And the ball to no one in particular, crossing the back line. So if you just joined us, this is the ACCC, the Africa Cup for Club Champions. And the match on your screen is between defending club champions, that is Eastern Company Club of Egypt in a green shirt and white shorts, up against Nigeria's Super Hockey League champions, Niger Flickers. And the game has traveled the first 2 quarters, 30 minutes we played, and this is the third quarter, 5 minutes inside, 35 minutes into the game, and it's Eastern Company who are up by 2-1. Kelvin, hangs on to the ball. Kelvin. Another penalty corner. Pakwesi, Kelvin is gradually getting into the game.
This is good for Niger Flickers. Whenever Kelvin comes into the party, he really takes his team along. And this very effort, you realize that if he had gone past this very defender, he would have driven a ball to the goalkeeper to see the results, whether he would have gotten his goal of the tournament again to add to his tally he already had. It's good for them. Can they still use the penalty corner to their advantage? We live to see on this very occasion.
Danladi, Umar Danladi behind the ball. You have Kelvin Kolo. Ejects, stops. Still with Endurance, back to Kolo. And the Kolo losing the ball. El Naga. Abdel Karim loses possession. Still with Eastern Company. Abdel Karim, stick work. Abdel Karim. Confronted by 2 defenders, eventually winning an infringement. Most Ghanaian fans are having an interest in this game. Ibrahim Amer being confronted by Kolo. Now Niger Flickers, Bernard Wilson being penalized there. Amer Ibrahim getting the second goal for Eastern Company. El Naga gets the ball to the D-top, goes for the tomahawk, and the keeper saves that one for Niger Flickers. Goalkeeper saves that one for Niger Flickers. Yakubu Abdullahi Aliyu. A brilliant save from the goalkeeper. And it's still Eastern Company. Pressure upon pressure. Sends a long hit into the D. Stopped very well by Shwanwilu. Maraz. Ngozi. Shwanwilu. That is Maraz Senior. Sends the ball to the D. Niger Flickers. Long hits. Still with Flickers inside the D. Gets the ball to the D. An opportunity. Bernard Wilson! And what a miss! Kelvin Linus, what a miss! There you see from the reverse angle. From Maras Senior to Bernard Wilson. And Kelvin Linus couldn't. And there you see Maras Jr. couldn't get to the end of that ball. What a miss!
This is what Niger Flickers should be doing. Come as many as you can into the D and look for the opportunity. This was a nice opportunity that presented itself from Maraz Jr. to Wilson. Come all the way around, and you could see the Niger Flickers all over the D, and the Eastern Company team were nowhere to be found. But that was a good opportunity. If they keep doing that, we'll still have a good game at hand to watch. But currently, the midfield is being dominated by the Niger Flickers, and this is why they are also coming into the game. They are not allowing the Eastern Company to do their passes around, but now they are doing the individual player carrying the ball all along, which is good for Team Niger Flickers.
Bernard Wilson lost the ball on that occasion. Niger Flickers. Maman with a hit. Endurance. Bernard Wilson. Goes past his marker. Advantage. Ade Karim. The Flickers, Niger Flickers. Maman Kolo. Shamsuddin. Bernard Wilson. With a hit into the D. Who is there to connect? From the reverse angle, Bernard Wilson with a hit into the D, and Kelvin too late to get to the end of that hit, allowing the ball across the face of the goalpost, roll over the back line, advantage, Eastern Company. Walid. Abdel Karim and Flickers Endurance. Kelvin losing possession yet again in this game. Amer. Walid. Amer. He couldn't get to the end of that pass.
Wiseman, you can see that the Niger Flickers have really dominated the middle, and now the free flow passing game, keeping possession that the Eastern Company team was doing perfectly during the first quarter and the second quarter is not forthcoming. They are now giving 40 passes, and should the Niger Flickers still see much of the ball, they can really make it count. But again, Kelvin should come into the party because they are really giving him all the vital balls that he needs. He needs to stretch the sticks, dive himself, look for the tomahawk, and work his way through to join the party and bring the victory home for his club because they count on him a lot.
So all depends on the man, Linus Kelvin, 23, shirted for the Flickers. After getting a hat-trick on match day 1, he's gone to sleep. Eastern Company, Ibrahim. Ball still with Eastern Company. Ibrahim Amer confronted by 3-4, but the ball travels not 5 meters. So Maman Kolo takes the ball for Flickers. The Flickers losing possession yet again. Infringement advantage Yahweh now. A push. And the Flickers with a long hit. And how on earth can you miss that? Idris Aliyu Dakumi.
The balls are coming. Kelvin has moved downfield and Yakumi has taken over the striker's role, but this was a chance. Stop the ball and bury it home. And Now all the flickers attacking machinery should really open their eyes. Don't sleep when the balls are coming, because the balls are really coming from Wilson downfield through their strong side, and they are really using it to perfection. So the attackers should really get the ball and really bring the party home for their side.
So the Flickers need a win. If there's any dream of playing in the third and fourth play match, they need to win this game. As it stands now, they are fifth on the log. And that will mean they will play the fifth and sixth classification Eastern Company penalty corner.
Maraz was in a hurry to get the ball away, and eventually the ball that was swung in deflected beautifully back. He should have taken his time, but out of the pressure from the two Eastern Company team, the ball rather gets his feet. And this is a good trademark for number 13 shirted man around the clock to really bounce one home. He has registered 3 penalty corners to his credit as goals, and he's a good candidate for this very offer they have been presented with.
So it is El Garabli Mohammed to eject and Ibrahim Abdullah to stop. Watch out for the 13 shirted man, Abu Taleb Mahmoud. Ejects, stops, and the keeper saves. The ball saved on the line by the courage man. And here Ibrahim Amel decides to go past his marker, hands on to the ball. Beautiful there by John Michael. Now Victor Kish. One-time pass to Endurance. Flickers on the move now. Flickers. And Idris Dakumi again couldn't get to the end of that pass from Maraz Jr. Ibrahim Amer Ibrahim inside the AD. Ibrahim Amer confronted by a defender from Flickers and gets the ball. Still with John Michael decided, and Kolo gets the ball away. Islam. Abu Talib. To Abdul Karim. And the Flickers Shamsuddin. He's been very, very good this competition. He's done so well. In all the 4 matches they've played, he's been spectacular. Right on point, there to defend. When the ball is needed, he brings the ball out of defense, gets into the D with timely runs and interventions. I think Shamsuddin has done very well.
His contribution to his team is very outstanding, and he has really paid his duties to his club for recruiting and signing him as a player for that side, that is Niger Flickers, and he always comes to the party. He has done well and needs to be congratulated. He plays the defensive role perfectly, joins attack when needed, and makes it count.
My man Kolo, ball hitting the foot of Mahmoud. And it's all Niger Flickers now. Pressure upon pressure. Endurance decides to go solo. Endurance. And the ball crossing the back line. Advantage. Eastern Company, it's a free hit. And there you see Endurance decided to go solo, go past his first, second, third. And finally allows the ball to roll back line. The man on your screen there, 8-shirted. Ngozi Nzete Endurance. So this is the third quarter of the Africa Cup for Club Champions. Yassin. And there goes the end of the third quarter. 45 minutes played. 15 minutes more to play in the final quarter. And it's defending champions, Eastern Company Club of Egypt, who are leading by 2-1. And then the boys from Nigeria, that's the Niger Flickers, they have to come back. As it stands now, there's no chance of them playing even in the third and fourth. And that will be a big worry to them, because this is a team that have performed so well. I personally have loved some of the games they played, especially holding El Shakia to a one-all drawn game. I think the Niger Flickers deserve better other than a fifth-to-sixth playoff match.
I agree with you, Weissman. that Niger Flickers can also come into the medal belt to play either the third and fourth position, like you said, and they are the comeback kings. They really come back from most of the games. They don't give up. They keep fighting, and most of their goals are always scored in the last quarter, which is the very one we are about to go. And this is where we will need Kish, Kelvin, and also Bernard Wilson to come into the party more to help their side. Because when they lift up their game, balls are going to come from Amankolo. They will drive the ball, endurance will come in. The endurance opportunity he had, he overdid it. He dribbled more than he should. He should have pushed the ball to see what the goalkeeper would have done, but overdoing it, sending the ball over the line, and he cost the team. But fourth quarter is really a game on for Eastern Company, as Niger Flickers have dominated fourth quarters in most of their games. They won that against GRA, Kelvin's magic goal, taking it from them, and they can do that against Trustees too. He really took it away from them. So we're waiting to see how far the last quarter, 15 minutes, will take us.
So final 50 minutes, this is a game of interest to people here in Ghana, that is in Ghana here, Accra, Kumasi, all watching. A game of interest for them. And I know prayers are being said in Abuja, Lagos, Kaduna State, because the Niger Flickers are representing Nigeria. But the Egyptians will never allow this pass. So in Ismaila Alexandra, and there they go. Eastern Company, but the Flickers track back to defend. The fourth game for match day 5. We still have 2 more games to go. Walid with a hit. Kish still with Walid. Ball now with Shanwilu. Maras Senior. Kish. Dan Lad. Shanwilu. With a slap hit into the post, but into the D rather, but Victor Kish couldn't get a stick to deflect that ball into the goalpost. Time not on their side. We still have 2 more games for you right after this. It is a game between Ghana Hockey League champions GRA men and Police Machine Club of Nigeria. Endurance. Shamsuddin. Bernard Wilson. Ball hitting foot of Shamsuddin. A push. Advantage Bernard Wilson. So Flickers gets the ball back. Then we wrap up with match day 5. We wrap up for match day 5 with a match of the day. It is Trustees Hockey Club of Ghana up against El Shakia of Egypt. A game you can't afford to miss. Who beat the defending champions yesterday in the Egyptian derby. So a game you can't afford to miss. The venue is the Theodosia Oko Hockey Stadium, close to Tema Station. That is for viewers and hockey followers here in Ghana. And Dan Lad goes down so easily. Okay, so the umpire whistles an infringement to Dan Lad. Umar Dan Lad and El Badri Mahmoud. The man who gave away that infringement, still on the turf. 4 minutes inside the fourth quarter.
Wiseman, Dan Lad did a good job. A pass was given to the defender. He miscalculated the pass, lose the ball, and he bounced on it. And in the course of it, he was impeded by the man on the turf. And it is a good advantage for them. They are really doing it now. They are really defending in 2s and in 3s. That is the Niger Flickers, which was formerly the strategy the Eastern Company were doing. But now they have adapted that role. But they are really doing well by sending the good passes to Wilson downfield on the right side. That is the strong side of the team. And Wilson is also doing a good job by bringing in a lot of crosses, looking for Kelvin and Co. to bounce onto it. So far, so good. They have done a good job, and they have really given Eastern Company a run for their money of this match as the defending champions, as we are really watching this very game unfolding before us.
So you have the finalists for this year, Telkom, the defending champions. They're playing in the ladies' final come Saturday. So on Saturday, 27th January 2018, we have the finals for both divisions, as the men's final and the women's final. But tomorrow, it's not left out. It is still the fifth and sixth place match for both divisions, and the third and fourth place match also for both divisions. So it is still a packed day for tomorrow. And finally, we wrap up the ACCC on Saturday with a grand finale. Who lifts the trophy this time around? It is a question still lingering in the minds of most hockey fans. Endurance behind the ball. Time not on their side. Can they bring back smiles to the people of Ghana? Because a draw in this game is likely to bring back good news to the camp of GRA. Ngozi Endurance bring the ball to the D. But El Naga gets the end of that pass. A long hit. And Shamsuddin again. He's all over the turf. Shamsuddin. 2-1 the scoreline. ACCC the competition. Ghana the host. Theodosia Oko Hockey Stadium the venue. El Garabil. Yassin. Mahmoud. El Naga. Mahmoud. Shamsuddin. Niger Flickers. Ball back to Eastern Company. Abdul Karim. And Linus Kelvin has it brought back onto the field. John Michael takes the ball quickly. Shanwilu to Ngozi. Bernard Hossein losing beautiful defending there from Father Islam. It is Kelvin rather who lost possession. And yet again, Linus Kelvin failing to get to the end of a pass, failing to go past his marker. Victor Kish tracking back to win the ball, losing possession. Victor Kish, dangerous play for Eastern Company, and they get the ball away. The goalkeeper gets the ball away. Endurance. Niger Flickers. Can they make this count? Endurance goes past his marker, confronted by Mahmoud. Decides to go for the hit, still hangs off the ball. And Mahmoud gets the better of Endurance.
Weissman, I think Kelvin is still not in the game because playing on the right hand side of the attack, he's not clicking. Kelvin should rather move to the left where he has the tomahawk and he's an expert. He has exhibited it. We know what he can do when the ball is on his weaker side. Ball on his strong side, he really fumbles and don't get anything productive. So I would prefer, if I was the coach, I would invite Wilson to still do what he was doing down flank on the right-hand side, and Kelvin rather comes to the left to supply them with some tomahawk passes.
Ibrahim Amer inside the D. And Maman Kolo, that is defending at his best. Shanwilu. Shanwilu. Giving out ball on a silver platter, and it's Eastern Company, who are in the lead and on the way to the final for the third consecutive year. They played in the final 2015, they beat El Shakia, and in the final 2016, they played in the final 2016, they beat El Shakia, and in the final 2017, they beat Kenya Police. And now they are on their way to their third consecutive grand finale. Can they get there to defend the trophy? We still have 6 more minutes to make that final conclusion, and it's Flickers now on the move. Bernard Wilson, ball for Kelvin Linus, and the man yet again, Kelvin Linus. See what has really gone on with Kelvin.
It's difficult to tell at this point because Wilson did all the work, brought the ball. He needed to just stop the ball and make it count with his tomahawk. But he's even refusing to be able to stop just feeble balls that are coming his way. And they're doing it all. But Kelvin is out of the day and out of the game. The others are really working themselves extra mile. Look at the effort and the skill put in here to win a penalty corner. But yet again, Kelvin, the final man to give them the final touch, is still sleeping. He needs to come into the party.
So the penalty expert is on the field now. Victor Kish, the Nigerian international, very, very young. Calvin also there, and this is the goal-getter, Shanwilu Maraz Jr. So Shanwilu to eject, Calvin to stop, Kish, the man, Shanwilu ejects, stops, goes for it, and goalkeeper Shehata Farahat. Wonderful save from goalkeeper, but take nothing from the boy Victor Kish. And you see from the reverse angle, ball going straight to the goalpost, but goalkeeper Shehata with that brilliant save. Amer Ibrahim. Time not on their side, Niger Flickers. But it's the Eastern Company lads in the comfortable lead, and Ibrahim Amer going down on that occasion, impeded by Victor Kish. Maraz to Maraz Jr. Shanwilu giving the ball, Islam Fauda. Fauda Islam controls the ball on the reverse, brings to the forehand. Slap pass to his teammates. Slap hit into the D. And Michael John Maraz. Maman. Polo Maman. John Michael. Sends a long ball. And Bernard Wilson this time around the culprit. There you see Dakumi with a long hit into the D. And Bernard Wilson Onome couldn't get to the end of that ball. Bernard Wilson Onome couldn't get onto that ball. Still Shamsuddin. Kelvin Linus. Kelvin trying to do magic there for Niger Flickers. But Abdul Karim and Abu Taleb not allowing that. And you see being impeded by Walid. John Michael. Maraz to Michael. Back to Maraz. Shamsuddin with a slap hit! And Victor Kish couldn't get onto that ball. Wonderful drive hits there from Shamsuddin.
Shamsuddin has done his part, took the ball, took his time, went for the slap towards the goalkeeper, just looking for a touch of his playmate in the D. But as you saw, none of them was able to get a connection, and the advantage has gone by. A good job by Shamsuddin. He's really paid his duty to his club, and he's even doing more than he's expected of. And he's left with his strikers to help him really punish the Eastern Company team. Eastern Company has gone to sleep now for the past 30 minutes of play. It's all Niger Flickers. That was a good pass, but the target was not met. They still have the advantage. So they are doing it all. But some few minutes to go. They need to come and get the goal as early as they want, else time is not on their side.
El Gabri. Tomahawk pass. Ibrahim Amel confronted by the goalkeeper. El Gabri. And the defenders doing very well on that occasion. It is El Nagaraza who was onto that ball. And here they come again, the Flickers. Shanwilu. And he has lost possession. Taha. Mohamed Taha. Ibrahim Amer. Amer Ibrahim confronted by and Marcus Izang. The ACCC Accra, Ghana. Eastern Company Club of Egypt 2. Niger Flickers of Nigeria 1. And as it stands now, it is an all-Egypt grand finale on Saturday. El Shakia Hockey Club will play Eastern Company. But there's still time to see if that's Mahmoud Abdel Latif. Abdel Karim. To Walid. Mahmoud. El Naga has Yassin hitting the foot. Advantage is Niger Flickers. Flicks the ball, but Walid gets the ball, stops it very well in air. And time not on their side. Niger Flickers, they've done so well. They started the competition very well. Then the very bad day started when they lost 4-3 to GRA and continued losing when they were beaten in the Nigerian derby by Police Machine. And here they are losing their third and final round robin game. El Naga losing possession. Endurance goes past his marker. Endurance. And Abdul Karim still ball back with Bernard Hossein. It's a long corner for Niger Flickers. Can they make this count? Sends a long hit, hits the foot, but still in the D. Advantage, Eastern Company. People of Nigeria praying so hard at this time. People of Ghana praying so hard at this time. Are we going to witness yet another Egyptian final? An all-Egypt affair. Few minutes to wrap up. John Michael, losing possession, Yassin. Michael tracks back, confronts Yassin. Adje Karim. Ibrahim Ahmed. And there you go, the final whistle. The end of the game, the end of the fourth quarter. And it's Eastern Company Club of Egypt 2. Niger Flickers, Nigeria 1. And Eastern Company will play El Shakia in the grand finale, irrespective of the last two matches. So the last two matches for the Ghanaian clubs, it is a match to see if they will face each other in the third and fourth playoff. But as it stands now, the ladies' final is set. GRA women face Telkom Kenya in a repeat of the 2017 final, and El Shakia will face Eastern Company in a repeat of the 2016 final. This has been the Africa Cup for Club Champions, live from the Theodosia Oko Hockey Stadium. At the end of 60 minutes, it's Eastern Company of Egypt 2, Niger Flickers of Nigeria 1. Stay glued, don't go anywhere. We still have a game for you. My name, Wiseman William Ayete, doing this commentary, and I was joined with Pakwesi Echampong, live by Group N2K Limited on Kwese Free Sports, iSports 360 on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, www.isports360.com. Remember, in everything we do, you are the focus.